Oh boy. I was just reading something about the Pokemon news that was announced, and I gave myself a little chuckle. Hello everybody, it's me, Zachman103. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing well. Hello to JDB, who is here as part of the In 15 Minutes crew. Hello to Jetbolt, you mother pecker. Hello Surreybolt. Surreybolt? Surreybot. Nightbot, hello. Sandslash, hello. Rainding, hello. JDB, I've already said hello to you, so you can back off. Will, hello. Maniacal, hello. Maniacal. Maniacal. I don't have anything to say to Maniacal, I just wanted to say Maniacal's name multiple times because it's funny. Hello, Vigo. Practical Mander, doing the things the practical can do. Does it shine? It's not important. Practical Mander. Hello Mel, hello Todd, hello Lurkers, hello anyone watching this back on Zachman103 Archives. Yes, Maniacal. You looking for a Pokemon night out? Aha, aha, aha. Aha, aha, aha. I don't know what I'm on about right now. I'm a bit tired. It is what it is. I'm good, and how are you? I kind of just answered that with a bit tired, but also, I don't know. That's the best way to put that. We got Charmander to try and shiny hunt. Will we be successful? Let's find out. I don't know how this is gonna go. Dunsparce today. Dunsparce today. So I've gotten up to begin to get ready to head out for my job centre today, but Pichu clearly doesn't like that. She's been pouting all morning. Pichu needs to understand the job centre is actually important, especially considering the bullshit she had to go through last time, where they had to reschedule it for a really dumb reason, but you know, it is what it is. At least my one tomorrow is a phone call. As unpleased as I am about it being a phone call, I did check my emails earlier to see if anyone had sent me a yay or a nay with the 4 that I've applied for, and I didn't get a response from 3 of them so far, which is, yeah, not good. Jigglypuff, Lady Gaga's favorite Pokemon, according to that Super Bowl lad, which I did watch and got pleasantly Formula 1 jump scared when Charles Leclerc appeared, but it is what it is. Yes, sir, right away, sir. There, a cute-eyed Jigglypuff in the back. I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I was busy watching Jiggy explode. I wish I was lying when I say that, but Jiggy actually exploded a few times on his stream today. And then I was also being a little shinks to Cinder because she was being a bitch. That's not true, but you know. The funny friendship bullshinks that you do. So I've gotten up, began to get ready to head out to the job centre today, and I've already read that, so why am I reading it again? Why am I reading it again? I don't know. But all I know is that Pokemon announced a thing called Pokemon Day Out and Pokemon Night Out, and the way that they advertise the Pokemon Night Out one sounds like they're doing something. They're doing the day out one. They're like, oh, to be family friendly, but the night out one will be for the more grown up Pokemon fans. And I just went, what are they thinking? Are we about to have a Pokemon Masters EX example again? Are we? This might be interesting. I've only applied to one since my fit note expired. Jetbot will be glad to know it wasn't the first Pokemon of the night. Only applied to one since my fit note expired. Trying to find jobs I can realistically do that I can realistically reach sucks. Your fit note. Explain that a bit more to me, JDB, because that... I know that the last time you mentioned was that you weren't exactly able to do jobs. Has that now changed? Has that now changed because of that? Or is there other specific things that I'm just not understanding with that statement? Who did this? Who was the mod that did this? Who was the mod that did this poll? Because I love it. It's great. It's a great poll. Will Zach get Shiny Charmander today? Yes, friggin' finally, no more weeks are. Everyone is very confident in the fact that I am going to get it this week. Sandslash with the smile. I like the new update that you're doing with stuff, Sandslash. That's a little Zach-Man leak for you. There's something Sandslash related on the way. Eyes emoji. Means doctor said I'm unable to work. It expired at the end of January, so I'm either having to get looked at again or go back to the job hunting mines. It means the doctor said I'm unable to work. It expired at the end of January, so now you're able to work? Is that what I'm reading, if I'm reading properly? Because if you... Most of the work... You don't need to translate what I said while muted there. Absolute moron. I heard angry, trust me. Angry. Kinda hope they come to the door so I can box their fucking head in. To quickly explain, some smart aleck out the front decided it would be a good time to rev their engine. I replied by saying that they have a small pee-pee and that they should F off. I've put 6,767 on yes. Do this for me, Zacintosh. What would I get as a reward if I get it tonight then, Maniacal? Bench. What's the reward then, Maniacal? Freedom. That's so true. To be fair, most of the worst pain has gone since I started taking medication, but it does get a little bad again sometimes. It was a temporary hiatus. Okay, I get you. Had to fill out a questionnaire about it too from the job center to see how they assess me. It might just be entirely useless for the workplaces by their logic, which is to say there isn't any. Maniacal, go call Cinder. Maniacal is not going to share Cinder. Calm down. That makes it sound like I want something from Cinder. That's not the case. Let's put that to bed right now. Calm the frick down. He wants money. Fudge, he knew. Damn it, he knew. Damn it. Which is so real. Yeah, I'm sending that to her. I'm sending that to her right now. That's hilarious. Did you know flowers cost $80 before the shipping? It's some bullshit. Are they like specially made flowers with like the meanings behind said flowers or something? You know what I mean. They'd be a bouquet. Okay, got ya. To get the Shiny Charmander tonight, Zachary, we'll give a free commission to someone in chat. Wow. Wow, Melissa, wow. And just a reminder as well, if you have not gotten Pokemon Legends EA yet and you are in my Discord, look in the suggestions part of my Discord to be included in a giveaway for Pokemon Legends EA, thanks to JDB. You heard it here first. Cinder owes Zach $1. That's not the only thing Cinder owes me, I'll tell you that much for free. Dirty bench. No. But there must be something more affordable? I don't... It's not $80. It's not $80 per bouquet, is it? Because if it is, I am so sorry. No, it is. I have from my slumber to say one very important thing. If you don't get a shiny Charmander, by the time you wake up, I will be point broke. Good luck. Thank you, Amber. There must be some expensive flowers. Flowers aren't cheap, Zachary. Don't get me wrong. The arrangements. What is an arrangement? The arrangements look great. There's like a flower language or some ridiculous bullshit like that. The only reason I know about this is because of an ASMR video. So, Maniacal's gone around and gotten the arrangement of flowers in a specific language that makes the flowers tell a deeper meaning. And is sending it off to Cinder and Anna. That's why it's $80 per bouquet. Side note, why the frick are flowers so expensive? Relationships aren't cheap, chat. Today's Zach-Man lesson of the day. Relationships aren't cheap. Fun fact, a bouquet of roses here costs $30. Really? Speaking of that ZA giveaway, there's 1 week left until the entries close. Thank you. I know I'm thinking flowers, but I also have other ideas in mind. Okay, truth be told, chat, I was going to do Mario Kart World at 1:30 PM Australian Eastern Daylight Time this Sunday. And then I remembered what the day is going to be for the American folks. And I don't want to deal with that bullshit. So y'all can sleep while I play Mario Kart. I'm not dealing with you benches on that weekend. Oh my god, I forgot frickin' Luca did that for Claire. No. Other way around. Claire did that for Luca. I forgot Claire did that for Luca, the chicken nugget bouquet. Honestly, I could see Maniacal doing that for Cinder. It's one of the two ways. Either way. That would be hilarious. What's your plan, Maniacal? Send me a DM. Unsure yet? You just said... You said, oh, Cinder's getting something else, and then you turn around and go, I'm unsure, though. I'm good at this. She already knows it's a plush. Oh, okay. That's cute. I can see why Cinder and Anna date Maniacal. Go on. Finish your sentence. Is it a plain plush? Hang on, that's Donkey Kong. Oh no, stop me. Rain Ding, frick you. I'm blaming Rain Ding because of that thing he posted earlier today about Dead Bird of the Week. Maniacal, you and I both know that you don't have 10 inches. I clearly have missed a lot. Welcome in, Red 2. This is the time you get. This is what happens here. Kuma's had enough. Kuma's like, I'm gonna go play Balatro. I've had enough of that Zack man. Goodbye. Alright, Kuma, I see you. Me when I'm actually awake for once so I can catch a stream again. Chaos is acceptable. It's a Zack man stream. You should expect this by now. Is it an appropriate Valentine's gift for a polycule to be trapped? Let me try that again. Is it... Is it appropriate Valentine's gift for a polycule to trap all members in a Thunderdome and for the victor to go all the spoils of Valentine's Day chocolate to save on money? No. No. Meme when I'm looking for beans and Zack is live. Yes, I know I stream at silly o'clock for people, but at the same time, it also helps ground people. I was actually going through my mod chat earlier in the day just to figure out some stuff that I haven't done yet and delete stuff that I had done. Because my mod chat is also just, here's a reminder for you to do something, you silly boy. And I came across Limit's message from the final stream of last year and talking about how my streams help ground them before bed, and I just went, I like Limit. Limit's cool. Follow-up question. Does anyone know how to refund the Thunderdome reservation? I'm sorry, Amber. I don't know how to do that. Godspeed to those poly relationships on Valentine's Day. I would love to see Mooch's bank account before Valentine's Day and then after Valentine's Day. I would love to see Mooch's bank account because let me tell you, ooh, that's gonna be a rough one for him. That's gonna be a rough one for Mooch, me feels. What will Zack do for Valentine's Day? I'll tell you this much. I don't know. Probably another driving lesson? Who frickin' knows? Nuts and going crazy have a similarity. You can be driven nuts and driven crazy. Oddly, that involves driving. Thank you, vibes. Hope you're doing well. See, the big thing I feel is the amount spent doesn't matter versus the thought behind it. A driving lesson, did you say? Yeah. Because why not? I don't know. The amount spent doesn't matter versus what the thought behind it. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, the saying is cliche, but it is the thought that counts, no? Well, it's the thought that counts. No. But more specifically, I think... Yeah, I think... financial value gets outweighed by... I want to say significance value? That doesn't make sense, but it does in my head in a bit. Because if it's significant and important to the person, it doesn't matter how much it costs. You know? I hope that makes sense. I'm in a bind for Valentine's Day funds. Simple. In a bind for Valentine's Day funds? Simple. Break IO the day before Valentine's Day. Break up the day before Valentine's Day. And then get back together the day after. No. You sound like a bunch of the kids... You sound like a bunch of the guys from my high school. Considering they were going through women like it was their freaking laundry. But it's a foolproof plan. I think it makes you a fool. I mean, it's still a nice gift. Something to your loved ones, but there. But the most important thing will always be your presence? Let me try that again. Presence in their life. Yes. It is still nice gifting something to your loved ones, but the most important thing will always be your presence in their life. Yes. I can actually read. I'm glad we're having this talk now, and then in a few days' time, don't talk to me about Valentine's Day. I'm just saying that one out for the sake of things. Actually... Yeah, this week in turn, there. I was just curious about something because I remember, yeah, these sets of days, February has always been historically a horrific month for me. And February and I do not get along. And we still don't get along. We had a decent one last year, but we still don't get along. I don't like February. I'll put it out there. I'll tell you that one on a personal level. Actually, yeah, just don't talk to me. Don't talk to me on February. I'm gone. Just don't talk to me on February at all. Give the gift of falling in love all over again by breaking up the day before Valentine's Day and getting back together the day after. For no momentary reason whatsoever. It's just that Pink song. Go away, come back. I don't know. See, all I'm hearing is this, and all I'm thinking is how I recently fully funded Blue Toad Switch 2. I mean, that's just you giving love to a friend. Platonically. This isn't a kiss the homies goodnight situation. I mean, it could be. We don't know. We're not assuming, but we don't know. But it's a thing. So here we go. Always remember this important life lesson. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. Good night and have a good one. Go to bed vibes. It's like freaking 6 in the morning for you. Go to sleep. Sandslash's next smile. Hi, Hunter Poison. Welcome in. I have heard the term Palentine's Day. I'm gonna go knock on heaven's door. Oh, don't do that, Sandslash. I was gonna make a joke there, but it would have actually been very personal. Good morning, Zach. How are you? I'm okay, Hunter Poison. Good morning to you. Happy time zone. Oh yeah, Rika's outfit for the most recent Pokemon Masters Palentine's Day event. Yeah. Sandslash is now somewhere going. Rika was mentioned. Give me. 6, 12, 14. Made the technical decision of not making a phone page so I don't have to manage said phone page. Wait, Rika, there you go. Pay attention, Sandslash. Wake up. Don't sniff! That's disgusting! Sheesh! Calm the frick down! What is that emote? That's amazing. Why does that look like rain ding? It is not rain ding, but it just gives me a reminder of rain ding. The new Rika outfit that I got that crashed my game. That's funny. Yep, vibes is that enough. Good night, bye. Sabrina's still my favorite female Pokemon character, but Rika is up there. Fair. Fair. I'm just saving what Mel said earlier. And now I just get to do my thing. Among the males, Steven is my favorite. I don't think I've ever heard that for whatever reason. Then again, I don't really hear a lot of people talk about their favorite male characters from Pokemon. I mainly hear about the female characters. Unless you're Chi, in which case I'm hearing about Corbo a lot. I'm typing dumb shinks again, that's my sign to go to bed. Nah, you're fine, Amber. You're fine. What did I do? I was just saving the bit you... This is about Mel. Saving the bit about saying that if I get the Shiny Charmander tonight, that you'll give a free commission to someone in chat. Rain ding. Valentine's Day will just be Shantae Appreciation Day for me. Wait, that's every day. Steven's the reason I like steel types. I thought Metagross was awesome and still do. I have a lot to appreciate where Pokemon character design work is concerned. Very nice. Nothing wrong with Shantae Appreciation Day every day, except don't turn it into a Christmas everyday situation, Rain. No snow globes. No snow globes. Whoops. Snow globes. It's a reference to a Sesame Street special. A Sesame Street Christmas special where Elmo got a special snow globe that granted wishes, and Elmo said, I wish it was Christmas every day. And that turned out to be a horrific idea. And then they somehow retconned Christmas? In a way, technically. But that's just me. But yeah, good luck to Maniacal for this upcoming weekend. It was also really nice to watch your great Ace Attorney stream the other day. It was yesterday, but you get what I mean. Oh. %84% cute? Good enough. Good enough. This Charmander is being an absolute bench. But we don't pay attention to Charmander. I mean, we kind of have to. We are shiny hunting. Hunting it? I can't English suddenly. One of my ears is ringing. That's not fun. But there we go. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of February. I'm just really not a fan of February because this month is never kind to me for whatever reason. And especially this set of dates. Like the beginning of February, holy shinks, ugh. Not fun. A lot of personal stuff. A lot of personal stuff. I'll leave it at that, but yeah, February and me, not a good, never good vibes. Never good vibes. To get back to Valentine's Day really quick, I would normally order a pizza, but honestly, I don't know. I haven't really fought ahead to Valentine's Day, but then again, it's a dumb little day. I want to care about it, but at the same time, no. Ugh. Just no. No, thank you. That being said, though, Mel and Todd and Maniacal, y'all better spoil the shinks out of your peeps. That's all I'm gonna say. Gonna tap out early. Something happened that needs my full attention. Have a good night. God bless and take care. All good, Sandslash. Appreciate you, buddy. Please be safe. Please be safe, my friend. At least the good thing is that chocolates become very cheap the next day. I'm in agreement with you there, Red 2. I would like the shiny. I want the shiny. Please. If I ask kindly enough, will it give it to me? Who knows? All I know is that we are trying our best. And at the end of the day, that is all that pecking matters. Mel and Todd wrote something. I'll read that in just a second. I'm currently dealing with something behind the scenes here. Okay, we're good. To be honest, I have no idea what to do with everything that has happened to me. I haven't had much time to organize anything. I might cook. I might cook Todd a nice meal. And a few other things, maybe. You'll be fine. Oh, let me have a look. Let me have a look. Let me just double check something. 6, 12, 18. That was technically 2080. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, sorry. Good counting from Zach there. Update on Pichu. She's doing the no talk me Angie, but she does at least understand that I have to go out. Society waits for no one, unfortunately, and life waits for nobody. Life continues to move on, Pichu. It sucks, but that's just how it be. I mean, you don't really have to do much, Mel. Whatever you decide to do on that day will mean a lot to Todd, I know that much. But then again, you just being in Todd's life is already more than enough for Todd. Tell me I'm wrong. Promise to have many pets and cuddles once I'm back home. Good. Good. $2,080 encounters. Make that 2,081 encounters, because this thing's our bench. If this is the shiny now, I will apologize. Do. I wish there was a bit more to talk about, but the only other thing I really have to talk about is the fact that I got to play Animal Crossing with Trill earlier in the day. So that was lovely. Although Trill, during her stream, was stuck in a British accent for the longest time. In which I made a very funny joke of saying that she was free from being American. I got a few laughs both from Trill and also people in chat, which was very nice. But other than that, it was just more working on the COCOM list. Still nothing to publicly show yet, which annoys Shinx out of me greatly, but progress is progressing, is all I can put it as at the moment. And then I guess I also will say that I wasn't entirely pleased with my commentary yesterday during Kirby Air Riders, but at the same time, I had a discussion with a few people after the stream, even if I did get called out for starting to spiral a little bit, which was absolutely understandable. But yeah, I still want to improve in a lot of areas when it comes to my streams, and commentary definitely is one of them. Because sometimes, man, do I wish that I can just make a sentence and not be an absolute fool. But that's just me. I'm about to fall down the slope. And guess we forgot to press the button again. That would be the Zack man. Come on, Charmander, shine. That's all we ask for is the shine. That's all we need. The shine is all you need. And if you get that, you've got about half of it made, so ultimately can't complain. Oh. Here we go. And if we do get this shiny early tonight, I will be swapping over to another game. Not sure what yet, but something else. After I do a dance and cry for 5 minutes at finally getting the pecking shiny, but you know, that's just how it's gonna be. Stop. Stop, buddy, stop, stop. And yeah, not much else to really talk about. Capcom Fighting Collection, I would need to open it up and unseal it, but mayhaps. Mayhaps. We'll need to see if we get this shiny... excuse me. Relatively early tonight, of course, of course. But that is just how it be. Oh, I played a bit more of Kirby Air Riders as well last night after the stream and after I had gone through all the Twitch clips from said stream. So I got up to that specific bit in Road Trip. I'm not spoiling it for reasons, but I had to skip a cutscene, is all I will say. And that'll be that, because, oh, I remember watching the cutscene when Limit was going through Air Riders, and I was super uncomfortable, so I had to skip it when it came up on my one. Rainding knows what I'm talking about. I think I know where you are. I know that I'm close to the end of the game, is all I will say. Or at least the end of the story in Road Trip, to get the beat in terms of the credits rolling. I know that I'm close to the end of the game, but at the same time... yeah, no, that cutscene can peck off. I get it's important for the story, but at the same time... ugh. What didn't help as well is that I reached that cutscene at midnight, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna skip because I'm going to bed immediately after this. Smart decision. Smart decision. I still wasn't able to get to bed at a reasonable time because summer. Yeah. Just gotta keep going. Honestly, I think once we get this Charmander as well, I think I'm gonna take a bit of a break from shiny hunting because... admittedly, I didn't think this would take as long as what it has. I know I've still got a shiny hunt Palkia in Shining Pearl, but I think that can wait a little bit. Especially as this hunt has gone on for a while. So I'll need to think of what's next for the Monday slot after this, but for now we keep going with this. Please, please let the first Palkia be shiny. That would be helpful and hilarious. I would laugh. I would so laugh. I'll be mad, but I would laugh. Oh, boy. Dun, 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Mad, so you like the purgatory level hunts? No, I don't. But also, if the Palkia was the first Palkia we encountered was shiny, I would feel as if that's the biggest pity in the history of pittiness that you will ever see. You want it to at least give some sort of fight, not purgatory levels of fight, but a fight nonetheless. That's just me, though. That's just the Zac man. God, yep, I can tell that we're starting to get those sorts of bots again, which is very nice. You know, that's just how it be. We're almost at 2,100. What? Where has this come from, and why is it here? Hey, Belclover. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. 2,089 Peckin' Charmander. And we're still going. And you don't have an egg for us, old man. What? The old man don't have egg. Oh my god, old man, give me egg. I don't ask for much, I just want an egg. Will you give me an egg in this trying time? He's still not ready! Old mate, please! I beg! I plead! Thank you! Do I have to rub your bald head for good luck or what? Sheesh. Is it like a Buddha belly? Don't be the shiny after I said that. That would be interesting. Start shelling out, old man. This isn't a yoke. I hate the fact that is 2 egg puns in a row. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that at all. Actually, that reminded me of something that happened on YouTube side of things today. And with all due respect to the people watching this back on Zachman103 Archives, YouTube commenters do a bit of research before commenting challenge. Absolutely impossible. Oh my goodness. I had a few people in the short that... Old mate, come on now. In the short that went out today, I had a few people claiming that I was cheating or faked that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe clip. Did people not realize that custom items were a thing in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, or... Huh? Yeah, Mel. Yeah, people literally thought that I was cheating or had faked the YouTube short that went out today. Because they didn't realize that custom items were a thing in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I hide behind screen because I think I can get away with being stupid. No. No. I know you're gonna get those types of people everywhere on the internet, Rainding, but at the same time, if you took 2 seconds to look up, is there custom items in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? He would say, yes, there is. Here's when it came out. Every time something is made idiot-proof, God makes a better idiot. I feel that. I feel that on a spiritual level. I'm tired, boss. Yeah. But even as I said to Rainding earlier in the day... What did I even say to Rainding earlier in the day? You don't really need to care about what the comment section is saying. Just post what you want. Wow, you cheated to get that different colored Pokemon. You can't do that in the games. I mean, technically, there is a lot of the old Generation 4, even 3 and 5 clips in which people show, oh hey, no cheating device. And there was also a big hubbub in the earlier Switch games about people cheating to get their shiny Pokemon. Especially with BDSP, there was a clip circulating of 2 shinies at the same time. The uncatchable Starly and then one of the starting trio from this game being shiny at the same time. And people got really into the nitty-gritty of that and found out that they were cheating. But that's just me. Well, it's not me because I don't cheat to get my shiny Pokemon, but you know what I'm trying to say. And if they don't like it, they can suck an egg. True. A lot of the comments these days are junk now between people doing firsts or bots. I don't even get people commenting first on my TikToks. But then again, TikTok is also going the way of Reddit, so... We'll know you're cheating when you actually get the Charmander. This bench. Annoying people saying first, a good old YouTube tradition that somehow isn't dead yet. I mean, true, but also at the same time, it's still engagement. As dumb as it is still engagement, and I guess that means people are watching your videos in a way. Or at least willing to comment on them. May I offer you a burn heal in these trying times? You'll need something a bit stronger than a burn heal. I might need a full restore after that one, Red 2, my goodness. I get several robot/inappropriate comments about my art, I understand. Honestly, as much as I like comments on shorts and actual YouTube stuff, I think I much prefer people liking the video. Because that's also still very good engagement. But that's just me. I seriously thought that was shiny, but because it's now 9 o'clock where I am, the dimness on the PC kicked in. So it made it look shiny even though it wasn't. But yeah, I think honestly, if people give likes to your actual content, then you're doing good stuff. You don't really need people to comment. And even then, when people do comment, you're more than likely just gonna see something redonkulous. Unless it's people saying good job or good art or other things like that, in which case, that's good. But that's just me. I used to gen shinies and shiny legendaries in the 3DS games, but ever since the shiny Xurkitree in Ultra Moon, then shiny Mewtwo and Let's Go Eevee, I started doing my own hunts in Pokemon. Yeah. Which is completely cool. Which is cool and fair. Honestly, my thing is if something is no longer available, then you should be allowed to get it. Then you should be allowed to, you know, get the ticket or the specific Pokemon for the event. For example, you should be able to get... For example, if I was able to, I would get myself the Eon ticket in Ruby and Sapphire, or the Naval ticket, or whatever the actual ticket is for Lugia and Ho-Oh. Because I think that that's understandable and fair. The other thing as well is that I don't particularly like when... I find it interesting that with Animal Crossing Wild World, you can't get the Mario items without connecting to the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. And that's been dead for yonks. So, since that's now offline, you can't get those items anymore. Unless you cheat. In which case, I think it's fair. I think it is fair for you at that point to grab those items. They even locked villages behind that. They locked villages behind going to a specific place, getting the event. Credit, it's only 6 villages, but at the same time, it's the entire monkey species in Wild World. They locked them behind a Wi-Fi event. And not just that, you have to be in a specific place. You had to be in a specific place at a specific time to get them. So I think it's only fair that if you wanted to say gen in something or generate in something, I think it's fair to generate stuff in that is no longer available. No longer legally available, even though it's coded into the game. But that's just me. I've lost a fair amount of drive for shiny hunting, I admit. That is understandable. I also just think that with the way that the current generation of games are, I'm talking basically Scarlet, Violet, and the Legends games, they basically give you shiny Pokemon like candy in those games. Kinda takes the fun out of it. But that's just my personal opinion on it. Mind you, if I had the option, I would totally, be getting myself some devices to assist with a few things. Especially with Pokemon and even Wild World Animal Crossing. But that's just me. Still appreciate the Pokemon Company letting Pokemon Bank still be running. I still think an online method should be available for long-term use though. True. Well, I have found so much wanted shinies. Some much wanted shinies in recent times. My favorites were when I earned the shiny Charmand White 2 and found my shiny Alola Man. Greener. Okay, so we're at 2,098. We're almost at 2,100. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we do 19, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 1,005 before the break. I had to remember my own logic for a second there. Another thing that sort of annoys me is the fact that they also have a few items locked behind Amiibo in a few games. I think that's ridiculous, especially if you want to be a completionist. Especially if you want to complete those games. The fact that you have to go out and get Amiibos to unlock items within the game is super unfair. IMO. Then again, it's just the same way as the loot boxes and other ridiculous things like that, where you actually have to pay money. for items or other ridiculous things like that. It's just silly. Ba-na-na-na-dun. 2,100 encounters. My, oh my, what a shame. I'd rather have amiibo than loot boxes, though. I know, I was just using loot boxes as an example. Or even the gacha games. High limits wallet. How's Zenless Zone Zero treating you? Sorry, Limit. I'm sorry. You know it's the truth, though. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-da, ba. Bum, bum, da, bum. Ba-da, ba. Bum, ba-da. Wow, apology not accepted. Fair enough. Ba-da, ba. Bum, ba-da, ba. Did you know Zach was smashing a camel the other way? Thanks, Jetbolt. You make me look bad. Then again, I do a good job of making myself look bad on most days anyways. You're still on that? Oh, trust me, my chat doesn't let go of things easily. They like their memes. For better or for worse. Looking at you, Blue Toad. Looking at you, Jetbolt. Looking at you, Sandslash. Looking at you, half of the community. Then again, why do you think, Stinky Winky's lasted as long as what it has over at Josh Jepson's side of things? People don't know how to let go of a silly meme. That or are just afraid to make new ones, I guess. JDB says, but Zach, what? Content. Make better content. Or is this a reflection on me to make better content? You know what? Fair enough. Understandable. Have a nice day. Some things just click. Me smashing a camel does not. I'll tell you that much for free. That's lewd, JDB. That's lewd. How pecking dare you? I'm just gonna sit here and politely disagree. You know the truth. Guess I'm 103. Josh has embraced Free Bears Deep, so you can have some camel meme from around here too. No, I don't have to. I can and will shut that down. If it's something I don't vibe with, I can shut it down. I am the streamer. Reason why Zaddy's still pretty popular is because I freaking love the meme. But that's just me. If something doesn't personally vibe with me, I can shut it down. One more to go before the break. And hopefully old man's got an egg for me. As frustrating as being in purgatory is, it does at least allow for some fantastic little stream memes. Where you hope that we do get to see the shiny, but sometimes we're just not that lucky. What do I mean by sometimes? I'm not lucky at all when it comes to this. But it is what it is. Charmander goes into the thing, and now we go back down to grab our egg, and then we will take a break. Square. Hi, Chi. Never mind, we won't grab an egg. Old mate isn't ready for us. Frick you, old man. I love the young people. Well, the young people don't love you and wish you would shut the frick up and give them eggs. I'm gonna go for Pokemon eggs. I'm gonna go for a break. When we return, somehow more of this shiny Charmander hunt. I'll be back in just a moment. Okay. Wasn't sure if I was muted or not. Figured that one out though, but we're back now. Welcome back. Thank you, chat. Sorry again for the delays. I don't mean to be away for as long as what I am, but unfortunately, sometimes when you need to use facilities, it takes a little bit. It is what it is. Maybe I'm just getting old. Melissa, don't attack me for that comment. Wasn't even about you, it was more about me, but she will laugh and go, haha, sweetie. I don't know. Let's get back to the Charmander. We're still waiting for old mate to give us another egg, from what I remember. And so we are here. Oh, there we go. Good to see you, Chi. Hope you're doing well. As well. And sorry for doing that big old conversation yesterday. Because I know that that probably did not help you in the slightest. But Zach had a few things to get done. That was quick. That was really quick, JDB. Unless it wasn't quick, in which case, oops, that's me. That's my me. Oh my god, shut up. Seriously, shut up. Ugh. There was a... Because for some reason... Someone thought it would be a good idea to make a group chat for an engagement party. And it's just been constantly people either joining or leaving the group chat, and it's just annoying. It is what it is. Not much charm in these Charmanders. Yeah. I gotta get in touch with another a doctor for another fit note. Ugh, of course. Blah. I know. I know, so dumb, but, you know, that's just how it is. There we go. 1007. We're already done 2 eggs since the break. How's that for consistency? Might need to do that quick for you, JDB, just to get the monkey off your back, basically. So as long as I can provide them on well, they won't be forcing me to look for work full time. That's at least a positive. Ugh. I'm not looking forward to my phone call tomorrow because I know it's not going to be important. You can't get shinks done when it's a phone appointment. But I've also already done my finding my amount for the month. So they can wait. They can wait a little bit, me feels. I just hate talking to people, not yours. Yeah, you say that shit, and I feel the same way. It's weird. I just genuinely don't... I don't like talking to people that don't have the same interests as me, you know? It's just exhausting. Genuinely exhausting. Nothing against them, it's just hard to talk about stuff you know nothing about. My interests are semi-niche. I mean, ultimately, if you've got ultimately, we've all got something in common, so that at least allows for us to chat, but at the same time, I just genuinely don't like being around people. Again, is content creator, doesn't like people. Weird, isn't it? But at the same time, just... I don't... people, you know? And yet more common than you think. True. Very true, Belle. Nothing against them, but keep 20 feet away from me unless you want to talk Pokemon or Sonic or... It's both my social anxiety and introvertism. Social anxiety especially. Never said hi to me the other day. It was only about a 30-second exchange before I wanted to go inside. Panic. My neighbor said hi to me the other day. No, you're alright. I got what you're trying to say. The other thing as well is that on most days I've got either very high social battery or just go the f away from me energy. That, and it can fluctuate throughout a day. This morning I was just absolutely absolutely done with everyone, and then as the day progressed I was like, okay, I'm ready to talk to people. Like, alright, I'm ready to talk with people, I'm good. Battery needed charging, probably. Social battery. And then there's also just times where... Oh, God. I've freaking... Former friend group that I was a part of. Someone would just message me every day. And they would always catch me at the time where I'm just like, no. Don't. And I try to explain to them, hey, no. Don't. And they get mad at me because they're like, what the frick? You never want to talk to me. I'm like, yeah, because I'm not in the fucking mood to talk. Eh. I use my social battery on you guys. My social batteries are usually worn out by midday on Monday. Then I have a 4 to 5 for 5 days of idiot customers to go. The thing that I hate is the fact that I have expertise in administration, so I have to deal with people either through phone calls or other things, and I'm just, I can't. Especially when it's people, because my expertise is in disability support service. So sometimes you would just get people that yell at you for no reason, and considering I'm on the spectrum, I'm not gonna hold back, and sometimes that is just not good. No. Put that Charmander away. There we go. I need to recharge my social battery often, but I don't want to piss anyone off. I don't respond to him. I used to have a friend who would... If I didn't respond to him... Okay. I don't respond to them. I used to have a friend who would spam me until I responded, and would kind of get mad because they knew I was always home. My brain not functioning this morning. I think, honestly... I'm just... have sort of given up on social connections in a lot of ways. Just mainly because I can't deal with people. Is content creator Can't deal with people. But you get what I'm saying. Just ultimately, I think it's also just because I've been in the same place for 14 years. I've been in the same place for 14 years, and because it's the place that I also finished high school and other things like that in, a lot of people still only remember me from high school, or the fact that I used to be such a dunce until early 2022. That it's just hard for me to go out and socialize. That, or I get confused with someone else entirely. That's happened before, and I'll tell you, that's not fun. I wish there was a way I could socialize without talking, if that makes sense, because sometimes I want to spend time with pals, but I just don't have the talking energy. I want to also screenshot that limit, so just give me a second. I'm going to screenshot that and send it to myself. Send to my staff general, because that's important, and then I will read it out loud on stream. And that is, word of advice from someone that's been in this business longer and older than you. Don't stop making connections, both online and offline. Being alone is a miserable experience, and craving others when you don't is a bad time. Being alone is a miserable experience, and craving others when you don't is a bad time. Can you elaborate a bit further on that last bit? Because that doesn't... Being alone is a miserable experience, and craving others when you don't. That last bit, the craving others when you don't have anyone. Okay, that makes sense. Is a bad time. Okay, so yeah, definitely need to work on that. Craving hanging out with others when you don't have anyone. Yes, got ya. Might lurk, I woke up on the wrong asbestos layer. You're okay, Chi. You're okay, Chi. I don't think that's right. It is not right. I forgot to press the button. I think the thing is that it's just more trauma. With IRL interactions, it's more trauma. Especially just being in this place and being bullied throughout high school, / also bullying others, and also just making a few others uncomfortable because you were a dunce, for the lack of a safer word to say on stream. For the longest time. That it's just hard to go out and actually want to socialize with people. And then online, you don't want to be parasocial. You know? Like, the thing is that I still wanna make connections online, and I still wanna be, and I'll use the term again because I like the term that we came up with, net-zorking. I still want to be net-zorking with people and making the connections online and other things like that, but I don't want to come across as parasocial or demanding of people's time or other things like that, you know? We've had this discussion before, and especially during that Great Korok Hunt stream where I just broke down and wasn't able to properly speak and other things like that. But I don't know. Wanting to make more online friends and more online connections, I don't want to come across as, hey, you know? It's just hard. The last time I made a friend, the stitching came undone. I don't know. I'm starting to get sick of the word parasocial nowadays in the context some folks use it with, just coming off as like, so I cannot be nice to someone because someone will think I'm trying to force a non-functional bond. Me trying to push myself out more than last year. I think that, yeah, I agree with that statement, Chi. But at the same time, we've just seen... it's just more of... I don't know. You don't want to come across, like... no shink Sherlock, you don't want to come across as creepy, but at the same time... Like, if you try to reach out and you say something wrong online, people are just going to be like, what the actual are you doing? Or you try to make a bond with someone and you say something inappropriate or wrong or out of context or extend over a boundary and you didn't know and you just end up... Shinx is hard, man. Trying to make connections is hard. And that's why socializing hard. Exactly. Exactly. I say the word parasocial as don't have a one-sided friendship with a content creator. Conversation hard. The thing is, as well, is that when you enter, like, everyone wants to be seen and wants to be recognized by the person that they're watching or the person that they're, or the creators that they follow, you know? Like, when I go into a chat, I will always say, hello, streamer and chat. I hope everyone is doing well. Does it annoy me sometimes when the streamer doesn't see it? Yes, but at the same time, I understand that, hey, chat's going to be moving a bit fast. And you don't want to make the conversation all about yourself, you know? It's fun when you constantly overthink. Tell me about it, Belle. Hi, welcome to the Overthinking Club. Do we have hats? I don't know. I agree with that, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to treat them as a person. I don't know what anyone else expects. I think, for me, I'll use Limit as my example here. I would like to be able to get to know them a bit more as well. But at the same time, I don't want to take away from them. I don't want to take time away from them or, you know. I don't know. It's just dumb. Overthinking's dumb. Trying to make connections sometimes feels impossible. And I'm just, yay. I'm just yay, chat. Yay. Hi, Cinder. I want to be kind, but that doesn't always mean I want to form a bond. Like, I literally am an introvert, and I'm not good at French. I'm not a good friendship candidate. Like how I want to get to know Maniacal better, but I'm a scaredy bitch. A little bit, JDB. I want to be able to get to know people a bit better, but I also don't want to take time away from them, but also just don't want to come across as needy, I guess. I don't know. It's just hard to think about. Hi, Cinder. Off-putting. Thank you, Rainding. Thank you, Rainding. Like okay. I'll use myself as an example when talking with Jiggy, for example. I sent Jiggy a message in regards to a previous charity event. And I thought it was a decent question. But I never got a response back, so it made me feel as if I was a bit off-putting. with my question about charity events. Which at the same time, I guess, also sort of also made me think I left a bad impression with people, which isn't the case because Jiggy's been asking me during his streams if I want to do anything for Community of Champions, which I'm still undecided on, by the way, chat. I know I'll have to think of something quickly because Community Champions is coming up soon, but yeah, people want to see, like, Jiggy wants to see me a part of that, and so I guess I haven't necessarily left a bad impression. Obviously, I've left a good one, but at the same time, I'm looking at the way that I'm trying to message people or the way that I try and give a question, and I just sometimes feel as if I am off-putting, and I don't like that. But at the same time, I have a specific question. I have a question that I would like to know, but I'm also afraid of asking said question, you know? Like, I want to send a message to Claire, for example. I want to send a message to Claire, for example, in regards to how she does her note-taking and how she's going with trying to get the notes back for specific series that she's working on. But I'm too scared to message Claire because Claire busy and also don't want to come across as off-putting or why the frick are you asking this question? That seems a bit too personal, blah, 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 blah. You know? Anyways, I need to catch up on chat. Hi, apparently I've woken up to my boyfriend causing chaos. A little bit. A little bit, Cinder. Just more stuff. Just more casual conversation, if anything. And that was actually that number. So, yay. So now we've got 30 eggs remaining in the night, which makes us 2,150 to end us off. Off-putting. That's the bit that started that whole conversation. Thank you, Rainding. I want to get to know Maniacal better too, and I slowly kind of have been. Just don't want to push any boundaries or nothing. That's the other thing as well, Chi, is that everyone's got different levels of boundaries, and you don't exactly know if you're going to overstep them or overpush them until you either get to know them better or, unfortunately, if you overstep the boundary. I've overstepped the boundary a lot of times with a lot of people, both online and offline, and I hate that, and I wish I could take it back, but at the same time, you just have to learn that way. Sometimes that's just the learning experience that you cop. It's bullshinks, but it is what it is. I don't think Jiggy not responding is anything against you. It's just a case of Jiggy is a big busy man. I mean, Jiggy's freaking insanely busy. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that Jiggy hasn't gotten back to me on a few things. But at the same time, I kind of want to ask the questions and things like that. But, you know, that's just what it is. Boop. I don't know why boop, but boop, you know? Boop. I will need to read that after stream. Where am I up to? Very busy year. Honestly, it feels like our brains is Goob from Meet the Robinsons. Hey Goob, wanna hang out? Hi Goob. Jiggy is ADHD. You literally have to go, yo, check my DM in chat. I know, but at the same time, I don't want to be annoying. But that's just me. They all hated me. I love that movie. I feel that. Meet the Robinsons went too hard. I don't think I've ever seen Meet the Robinsons. I really need to change the amount of shinks that I watch, honestly. If I did meet any of my YouTubers slash streamers I watch at a convention, I just lock up. I mainly say that as I got 2 DMs, screenshots. I mainly say that as I got 2 DMs showing screenshots of stuff he said in my chat. That's maniacal. You know, that reminds me of when wanting to ask Zach about ZA's giveaway, but I waited for an opportune moment in VC to ask because I felt he was busy. Majority of the time, I am busy, but also I try my best to respond back to DMs as quickly as I can, you know? But that's just me. I try to get back to DMs as soon as I can, but also if I don't respond to a DM, please don't think it's me ignoring you. It's 9 times out of 10 me either working on editing or other things like that, or just straight up being way too pecking busy. And then what's that 1 out of 10? It's mainly just me trying to figure out something to say. You know? I haven't touched the button. God damn it. There we go. I've touched the button now. My life is full of regrets dealing with people. Hey, Red 2, same. Same, Red 2. I just don't want to upset anyone. I'm the same, Rain Ding. Trust me, I don't want to upset anyone either. I somehow always seem to freaking do it, though, and I hate the fact that I do. But that's just how we humans are sometimes. It's stupid. Might sound weird. He's not ready. I just think of... It might sound weird. I don't know what it is, but... Thinking on it, I was never scared to DM you or anyone in the power group. Just sometimes, but not scared. Shy sometimes, but not scared. I'm the same, but also at the same time, I feel as if... When you've had a connection... through chats for months and months and months or years at this point, you do want to actually reach out and chat with these people, and then you just be like, hey, I'm so-and-so, and it's like, oh, hey, you're cool. Which is completely retconning everything I just said, but at the same time, I guess that it's easier to chat with people that you're more regularly around a lot of the time than it is to chat with other members of other communities. I don't fucking know. But also, it's probably a lot easier to chat with people that you see as friendly than it is to chat with, say, send a message to a content creator per se. Because I've been watching... Like, for example, I've been watching iLeader for years and years and years. I've had a few DMs with her, but at the same time, I don't know what to talk about with iLeader. Because I'm not exactly her friend, per se. But I want to chat. Sometimes if I got something to say, I'll send it. But at the same time, I don't really know what to say to iLeader. Or if I was to say, send a message to Emil, for example, I'd be shinxing myself because, one, that's someone that I've been watching for over half my life, and two, don't want to be off-putting, don't want to be weird or other things like that, yada yada yada. I don't think I even share a freaking server with Emil, but you know what I mean. I think honestly, there's different levels of sending stuff. Sending stuff to a friend, easy. Sending stuff to a content creator that you sort of know, but don't really know all too much, like iLeader, a little difficult, but fun. But not fun, but you know what I mean. A little difficult, but you're able to do it because you've had that connection for a while. Sending it to someone that you've been following for a long time and are shink scared about actually talking to or even wanting to send a message to. No. 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 Dear God, no. I actually bought the DVD from that from a thrift store last week. Definitely going to give it a watch. Meet the Robinsons? I would. Sounds interesting. Okay, you're good. All good, Chi. When I look back, I also thought I was being parasocial with Cinder, but she's assured me that I wasn't parasocial. Hi, CJ. Good to see you. All my best friendships seem to be the ones I don't remember either starting / happening, aka this whole group, lol. Wow. You're right, but wow. I'm lucky I have 4 amazing friends from my younger days. My brother's one of those. Nice, Red 2. You would have hated early 2020s, Graham. I was such a horrible person. I'm so glad I disconnected from the community influencing it. I'm the same. Because, honestly... 2016 to 2022 me, I wish if I had the chance to see 2016 to 2022 me, I would strangle that mother fricker. I would kill me. That me is stronger than me? I want to kill me. In Minecraft. I'll fight me or whatever that Dragon Ball Z bridge to thing was. But yeah, no, dude. Just 2016 to 2022 me, if 2026 me could go up to 2016 to 2022 me, I'd beat the shinks out of that. Holy shinks. It's not the exact same thing, but I wasn't exactly the best throughout high school, but hey, self-improvement can do wonders. Exactly. I have no idea how to approach people. Ha! Same. I'll just give myself a reality check. I'm sorry, Chi. I'm sorry. I still hate myself because I won't forgive myself for the rotten person I was or the mistakes I make even now. Hi, Red 2! Same! Hi, Red 2. That right there. That right there I'm putting into a specific chat that I have. Because holy shinks, I feel that. Big time I feel that. Good lord, I feel that. My goodness. Is that me? Is that me stronger than me? Oh, frickin' kill me. Maybe scared, but I got friends who believe in me. I'm too scared to DM people like say I leader and limit. Heck, in general, my friend group are usually the ones to send me messages and stuff to me. I'm always the person messaging first as well that I've noticed, but at the same time... honestly, if I was to stop messaging people, the amount of people that I message, if I was to stop messaging first, I guarantee you I would probably get only like 2 DMs. Guaranteed. But that's just a me thing, I guess. But yeah, I'm also the same. I think I'm just scared to DM fellow content creators because I don't want to come off as demanding or other particular things like that, or off-putting. Like, it's freaking scary to even... Like, it's easy to message other content creators in Twitch chat, for example, because it's during their time and they want to have interaction, and that's cool to do. In a private Discord DM? Oh god! Oh god! It's like, go and message Limit, Zach. What do you want to talk about? I haven't got a freaking thing to talk with Limit about. But if something comes up, I message them, sure. But, you know, having casual conversations with people? Ah! Next, please. Hi, Richard. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I am looking for a Shiny Charmander. Still not here. We don't have them. We don't have Shiny Charmander here. It sucks. No, it's fine. If I ever found out how to use the dark side, my self-hatred would fuel me to Palpatine levels of power. Jesus Christ. I feel that, but also sheesh. Then I have it up or shooting lightning. Unlimited power, I think. Bell Clover says, I'm just too scared to DM anyone in general. Like it's a dislike that thing in my brain. Casual conversations are so hard. Yep. Yep, they are. Haha. Sorry, Limit, we definitely have gone completely off the rails with the message that you sent out, but at the same time, it just opened up the floodgates for an interesting conversation. I hope you don't mind that. But yeah, there we go. Jeez. Welcome to apparently a mental health checkpoint. Unexpected, but at the same time, I guess that just allowed for a lot of us to really express a lot of things that had been going on and allow for us to chat about stuff. We're all socially anxious. Yay! Woohoo! Social anxiety for the win! Yay! I've gotten... Oh my god, here we go again. Sorry, chat. It might take a bit to catch back up. Alright. I've gotten better about it, thankfully. But if someone I didn't consider a friend, not in a mean way, was messaging me, unless it was super important, I would hardly respond. I think that's why I wasn't very responsive with JDB back then. Like, I do genuinely apologize for that, JDB. I think it's also just the... I think that's another thing as well, is that when it comes to a content creator receiving a message from a fan, they have to be protective of themselves. Especially considering a lot of the stuff that's been going on previously. That we won't touch on, but you know... If you know, you know. But I think it's just also... I think it's just more of the case of... Okay, do they want something, or are they just trying to send a message or a particular thing like that? I think it's just really hard, in general, to make connections. Even if it's a fellow content creator sending a message to a fellow content creator. Sometimes that's really hard. But also, I think just after a lot of the controversies and a lot of the other stuff that we've seen with the internet, it does make complete sense why content creators definitely want to make sure that they are protecting themselves. That, and also, unless it's something super important, you really don't need to DM about it. And then, obviously, as soon as you start to get to know someone more within, like, actual group chat, or, well, we'll say group chats instead of, like, we'll just say Discord servers. As soon as you start to get to know someone a bit better in Discord servers, like, for example, I'll say JDB and Cinder. Like, JDB and Cinder will be chatting in a Discord server, and then over time they might develop the friendship, and that's where the DMs would be like, okay, I'll let my guard down for us to have a casual conversation in DMs. That's when it becomes a thing, you know? I think that's understandable, but just straight up DMing someone out of the blue being like... Yeah, no. Anyways, sorry, getting distracted again. Good lord. It's one downmanship hours, unlike one upmanship hours, where we all try to be better than one another. It's all about who hates their past selves the most. Let's not do that, Red 2. Let's not get to that level, you know? But let's just... I like the conversation that we're at now, but we don't want to be... As Rainding likes to say to me, we don't want to be beating ourselves up to lift other people up, you know? Beating ourselves down to lift other people's up, you know? Woohoo! Let's all hang out. And then have a group panic attack! Slash JJJJJJJ. Unlike the oddball here that can have casual conversations with Josh Jepson or people like Swift. I think it's easy. I think it's also probably just the level of confidence in a way that people can have those casual conversations with people. But I also think it's just because of the whole people putting other people on pedestal stuff, where it becomes a bit scary for other people to message. I know that you should never put a creator on a pedestal or other things like that. We've seen and learned a lot over the past couple of years of don't do that. But at the same time, sometimes we can't just help but do that. Where it's like, oh, this person's content creator, so that means they're important at what they do. They're just regular person. They're just normal person. They're just innocent person. But at the same time, it's just really hard to not be like, oh God, if I message this person, am I going to be ridiculed or am I going to be... I don't know. I just get so easily drained in social situations, especially trying to make friends. Wow, I feel that. Gee, I feel that. I don't know. Like, I will admit, I myself am guilty of putting content creators on pedestals. And being like, this person can do no wrong. And then person does wrong and you're like, oh, shanks. Yay. Unlearning that is hard. But also at the same time, it's just, I don't know. It's weird. Conversations are weird, man. Trying to do things is weird. Yay. That's okay, Cinder, I do understand. That's also fair, I do like to protect myself. She says, I hope I never become a popular creator again. I want to be supported, but a small group of pals reminding me why they like my work and telling me they want to see my stuff is enough for me compared to strangers who want only one thing from me. Very much agree. Very much agree with that. I think it's definitely harder for female creators as well, especially considering both the way that you can just be anonymous online and also just the fact that there is complete and utter dipshinks people online that only want to see one specific thing from female creators. You have no freaking idea? Respectfully, I wish that I didn't. I wish that I did, but I also wish that I didn't, you know? Because good lord, man. Good lord. I've seen comments in female content creators chats where I'm just like, dude, did I make a mistake with speaking then? I'm sorry, Chi. I'm sorry. That was stupid of me to say. Some of that in DMs, it's personal. No, it's not that. DM me. DM me. We'll have a conversation after stream. I was just thinking of what I should say first. You're all good. Exactly. I got to know JDB more, and that definitely helped with me being more open with DMing him. I agree. Because I'm the same way. Unless it's something important, like someone reporting like, hey, there's an issue in the server. Like, me sending a DM to a mod when there's an issue with a server, that's easy because it's an issue with the server. But me sending... I don't know, but... You know, actually having a proper conversation with people is a lot harder to do unless you get to properly know them within the social circles. And then even then, you have to be... And even then, it sort of has to be approved for both of you to have a conversation within a DM. There's a lot of trust and a lot of other things that go into socializing and other things like that. If that makes any sort of freaking sense, please tell me if I am saying something wrong, chat. I am trying my best here. I figure if my quirky little projects make just one person happy, I have done my bit to make the world happier. Cinder, now you know too much, says JDB. Cinder knows too much as well, from my end, and that's why we're friends forever. Because if we're not, the other one would kill the other one. In Minecraft. That one's fair. I should have made it clear the one-manship comment was a joke. Bad taste on my part. You're okay, Red 2. I get what you're trying to say, though. The only confidence I got is art confidence. Your art's fantastic, Chi. Let me be honest. I like your art. Your art's freaking great. 6, 12, 13, 14. There we go. Hi, McButts. Good to see you. Gonna be real, I feel like taking personality advice on the internet would be terrible for someone like me. I already have personality disorder. I have to constantly keep myself in check with. Schizopal? Apologies if I said that wrong. I can't trust strangers on the internet to mold that. I have the stupidest level of confidence and you'll never guess how I got it. Transitioning, McButts? I got stupid levels of confidence because I got myself some big old bits. Oh my god, I apologize. Schizotype A. Schizotype O. Schizotype A. Verbal diarrhea, ladies and gentlemen. I just pretty much vibe with people, with anyone that isn't a jerk. Your confidence, especially with comedy is phenomenal. Yeah, no, never idolize anyone. Kill your idols and just let them be people. Like, I had to learn the hard way to stop idolizing people, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. That's my thing, is that I had to learn the hard way, and although it is still difficult for me to watch a certain creator, creators are people too, basically. But as long as they also make sure to own up to the... Okay, apologies. I'm gonna use some French here. As long as people own up to their fuck-ups, then that is what makes them good, you know? As long as they're willing to own up to their frick-ups and willing to make the changes, then they are good. The other thing I don't really like about particular things is when people say, oh, this person beat cancel culture, or other things like that. No. No. Okay? The reason why people are still allowed to have a platform, why some specific people are still allowed to have a platform even after screwing up, is because they owned up to the fuck up and made the changes and proved that they made the changes to become a better person. And people still supported them from that and are willing to be there to help them with making sure that they don't make the F up again. And they also didn't lie about said frick up. But, you know, there's always going to be people that are like, I don't agree with this. Why are you still doing this? Why'd you do that? Why'd you do X, Y, and Z? Ignore those people. You don't need them. You really don't need them. People are freaking gross sometimes. Yeah, no, you're right, McButts. You're right. Cinder, Zack, Rainding, Blue Toad, Mel, Todd, Cheese, Sandslash, all of them know too much? Yeah, we do. This is a great incubation for more self-belief. Lord, grant me the confidence of a mediocre white man. Jesus Christ. Almost too much. No comment? That's fair. That's fair, Richard. No worries. Sorry, still trying to catch up on chat, so just give me a quick moment here, chat. Apologies. It might take a little bit to catch back up fully with chat. Actually, I got all of that confidence by becoming homeless and put in a situation where I had to learn how to advocate for myself or die. I managed to somehow survive all that, and it gave me the confidence in my abilities, so I just said, fuck it, and started taking slightly larger risks and found out where the line was for the most part. Fair enough. To face one's flaws is painful, but it is necessary for growth, so that makes the change, so that you make the changes and that you can earn back trust. Exactly. JDB still has one more thing to learn about me before he knows too much. Hell. I'm still grateful that Todd gave me a shot with making a blender thing for him and Mel's anniversary. Well, honestly, you've all helped me through what was mostly a rotten day. I appreciate that, Red 2. I appreciate that. People can't cancel me because that would require me to value their opinion on me. And when they say horrendous things about me that aren't true, I know they are safe to disregard. Hello, Blue Toad. We're back up with chat. Hello, Blue Toad. Good to see you. We've had some pretty deep conversations here again tonight. I really hope that you guys don't mind the deep conversations. I know that we have them a lot of the time, but at the same time, it is just easy for us to... It's just easy to get through and talk about this stuff, you know? Streams like this honestly get so real, and I'ma be real, that's a genuine breather. Helps to talk about stuff and get it out of your system. I agree. I don't mind at all. Holy shinks, it's something I actually feel like we need. I'm glad that people... Like, obviously, I don't want my streams to turn into a full-on therapy session stream. Like, okay, take your seat on the couch and lay there and tell me all your problems. I don't want that because, trust me, I don't have the social battery for that, Shinx. But also, at the same time, I'm going to be real with you and I'm going to be open and honest with you as much as I can be, chat. If it's about Shinx from my past, it's about Shinx from my past. It's about something that's been on my mind. It's about something that's been on my mind. What you see from me is authentic and real, okay? I enjoy being as open and as honest and as legitimate as I can be. You know that I don't fake anything that I do. I don't put on a character. I don't put on other things like that. I try to be as authentically me as I can be. Obviously, I don't swear as much on the streams as what I do in real life, which is something I really need to work on, but, you know. You do hold yourself to some high standards, though, which in reality you are fine the way that you are. I think the reason for that is just the fact that honestly, I bully myself a lot because of being... Because of not being confident, slash don't want to be too overconfident, slash don't want to have an ego, slash don't want to fail things, slash also being a perfectionist, slash also wanting to make sure I provide the best stuff that I can. Pressure pushing down on me, pushing down on you. No one asked for. I guess pressure, but also at the same time, just... It's a lot of self-pressure, but also just a lot of... I really want to achieve a lot of stuff. And anytime that I make a slight mistake, I beat myself up massively for it, and I really shouldn't. But also, I think it's just because of how things have gone for me over the past couple of years, where I thought, okay, I'm gonna be able to do this, I'm gonna be able to do that, I'm gonna be able to be in a job, yada yada yada, and nothing's happened. I beat myself up for it way too much. I put myself under a lot of pressure because I kinda need to for some areas, but in other areas I really shouldn't, you know? That's just a Zach thing, I guess. If I lie on a sofa, I'm falling asleep, says Will. Can't blame you there. Honestly, being on a sofa sounds really freaking nice, baby. I still think about the beanbag chair. For context, Chi has shown this before, so I can talk about this, but Chi has a beanbag set up in her room that is surrounded by an awning or whatever the frick it was called. It looks super comfortable, and I'm just like, damn, I want to sit in the beanbag. But also, I just remember when I was younger being on a beanbag and just being... Canopy, thank you. I set up around the canopy, and I'm just like, damn, I want to sit there. But also, just me sitting on a beanbag just feels good. Yay! My ego is about as big as it can be before it gets toxic. Sometimes I gotta let air run out of it to shrink it down a little bit. But I used to be the complete opposite. Could barely handle talking to someone I didn't know and was really bad at one point. I think, for me, a lot of my confidence got shattered with a certain thing that I won't talk about. That I won't talk about publicly on stream, because if I do, I'll either start crying or cause a whole blow-up, because I know how the internet is with things. But, honestly, let's just say I was confident that something was going to happen, and then it didn't happen, and it destroyed me. And that's where a lot of my pressure came in. And then a lot of the negativity that I give myself came from. It sucks, but at the same time, it's something that I just do. And also, when it comes to content, I definitely do put a lot more pressure on myself with it, because I want to be able to achieve I want to be able to achieve everything that I want. I want to be able to achieve everything that I want to be able that I want to achieve. But I also want to make sure that I'm not using people as stepping stones or other things like that. Or, you know, taking away from things. I don't know if that makes any sense, but ultimately, I want to be able to... I want to be able to achieve everything with my content creation. With my content creation dream, because that would be cool. So I'll use last night as an example because I wasn't too pleased with how my commentary was last night. And I got very upset at myself, and people politely called me out on it, which was good, but at the same time, it was just like, oh, good. Cool. I've now upset people because I was calling myself out because I wasn't too happy with how I was. But because I call myself out so often, people are just like, come on, Zach. Come on, Zach. I'll see what Chi has to say before I read the Canopy story, because the Canopy story is kind of making me giggle. Honestly, I think it's less being upset at you and more just being upset at you that you still feel that way. Not your fault though, it's just bad brain grooms. I get that. I understand that, especially considering a lot of it, I guess just... I jokingly said the other day that that Zach's never satisfied, and honestly, in some ways it's true, but in other ways it's just... It's true to an extent that it gets really annoying sometimes. But also, yes, McButts is right, overthinking is one of my main issues. Imagine that. If Zach didn't have the issue with overthinking, he would be unstoppable. Zach doesn't realize how freaking good he is at stuff sometimes, chat. It's fine. Okay? That's actually the truth. If I understood just how good I was a majority of the time, I would be in a much better place mentally than what I am. But man, do I sometimes feel like I am absolute garbage. And even times where I feel like I'm absolute garbage, people say, no, you're actually really entertaining. And I just go, oh, okay, that's cool. I thought I was trash. Oh my goodness. Anyways, Cheese Canopy story. I was sleeping one day and everything was dark and black when I woke up. And I thought the Reaper came for me. Turns out the canopy fell on me while I was asleep, and my first thought was, the canopy fell, didn't it? That's so funny. That's actually very funny. Oh my goodness. I feel bad for laughing, but at the same time, I think it's understandable why. Sheesh. Canopy jump scare. Shingshu not, I did think I died. It's funny because that was sad. I treated it more like an inconvenience. Oh, I died. Oh, what an inconvenience. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love that. Oh, I died. Oh, what an inconvenience. Off. Yeah, I know someone. I know exactly who I'm raiding after this stream if they're still alive. I know exactly who I'm raiding after this stream. Overthinking is a common problem, and one of the things that really helped me was actually someone trying to be cruel to me by saying that they never think of me, but it was actually so relieving because I thought they were seething at my very existence. That would destroy me mentally. But that's just me. God damn it, why today? I have grocery shopping to do. Damn, so we're asbestos. Sheesh. I think it's also just the fact that you seek validation with things. I think that's just another big thing for me. Is that I seek validation for a lot of things. It sucks. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, it's just something that I always seem to do. And sometimes I want to... Sometimes I am my own biggest critic, but also I know when I've done a good job. But that's just me. I want to be like... I don't know. What I'm trying to explain is hard to explain, you know? But I just want to... I want to be happy. But I also can't be happy when I'm also always very angry at myself. Never satisfied. Will I ever be satisfied? I'd like to hope so, but at the same time, I don't know. So, that's just how it is. Different people deal in different ways. Yeah, that's true. Anyways, we got 3 eggs remaining in the night. I used to try super hard to make everyone love me, but in the end, I had to realize no one is everyone's cup of tea. Oh, I know that. Like, let's not get it twisted. I know that I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea. But I also need to make sure that I am good enough for myself in a lot of ways, but also want to be validated by other people. It's weird. It makes sense, but it's weird. In the past, I didn't want to be hated by anyone. Then I got older and went, wait, why do I want to be liked by everyone? I don't even like everyone. I think I'm just more used to... I think I'm just more used to the fact that I know that I'm not everyone's cup of tea, just due to the fact that I was bullied a lot in high school, so I knew from then that I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I know that. I was a piece of shinks, I know that as well, but at the same time, I don't want to be liked. I'd rather be respected, if that makes any particular sense. But at the same time, I do want to be liked by certain people. That sounds dumb, but also makes sense to my brain. Oh, I'm not saying that's you. I'm saying that is how the same concept used to manifest in me. Okay, I get you, McButts. I see. I still don't want to be hated, but just not by friends. Honestly, I want to be liked by certain people, but I also want to be respected. I'd rather be broadly respected and also liked by particular people than liked by everyone. You know? Lizard. Still no lizard. I think we're down to either 2 or 1 to go. Either way, we're almost done. We're down to 1 to go. Sorry for the long chat tonight. But it was a fun one. I really enjoyed the chat we've had tonight. Hi, Tabby. Good to see you. I gotta sleep now. Good night, everyone. Have a good sleep, McButts. Appreciate you a lot. By the way, chat, can we all just say to Tabby Chew that she's cute? Ah. This Pokemon goes into next week. This freaking hunt continues on for another week. But there we go. This lizard, tell me about it. I feel it. Alright, who's getting points? Kuma's getting points, Red 2's getting points, Todd and Mel are getting points, Amber lost all hers, Maniacal lost a lot, and Blue Toad lost a lot. Sorry. The Charmander population going to think... Oh, jeez. There we go. There's a good amount for Tabichu. Alright, I'm gonna encounter the Spiritomb now. So if you are motion sick this morning, and if you can't take the movement of Spiritomb, please look away now. Not shiny. We don't need to release them yet. I swear. Okay, let me just show. Let me just cry about something. Oh my goodness. Let me just cry about something really quick. We don't need to release them yet, but if we get to this point again... If we get back down to this point again, then it's mass release city. And that won't be fun. Ugh. But there we go. I'll steal a Charmander, take it from me. For you, Charmander. I present to you your own Charmander. Congratulations. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this evening. First off, though, schedule for the rest of the week. Schedule for the week. Bye-bye. No stream tomorrow, no stream Wednesday. Thursday is the Great Korok Hunt. Friday, Donkey Kong Country 2 is back on your screens with Mushroomer. That'll be a lot of fun. Saturday is a day off. Sunday wraps up the week with Mario Kart World. 8 PM Australian Eastern Daylight Time. All week. Mario Kart World was originally going to be at 1:30 PM. But I decided absolutely not, considering... Sunday, considering this weekend is that weekend and I don't want to deal with all that bullshit. Fun. Thank you for putting up with this stream tonight, chat. I appreciate the long, deep conversation that we had. That was greatly appreciated. Thank you all so much for that. I hope it wasn't too much of a burden on you all. I hope tonight's conversation was not too much of a burden. Three times over odds is tough. You tell me about it, Kuma. How about yourself? Smile, 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 smile. Check out the socials at zachman103.carl.co. You're not 3 times over odds yet? I'm dying. I'm dying, Squirtle. I'm dying. What do you mean you're not 3 times over odds yet? I'm dying, Squirtle. You're only about 2.5? I'm dying, Squirtle. As for now, I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you guys on Thursday for the continuation of the Great Korok Hunt. Cheers, everybody.